Hey guys, Justice Curry. I have an amazing walkthrough of a collection that's gonna blow your mind. It is filled with vintage goodies, all the stuff I love, you love, plus a very niche tomato collection of designer toys. And you're gonna go, what are designer toys? Oh, wait till you see what we have in store. With me is Jared. Come on over here, Jared. How you doing, buddy?
Hi, everybody.
Hey, Jared became recently my friend, and we had no idea, at least I didn't, that we lived so close together. So it's always a pleasure to find a like-minded person that enjoys the nostalgic journey of collecting toys and has a toy room set up. So we're gonna jump on in, and will you be the tour guide?
I will. Special shout out to my wife, by the way, for letting me have this room.
Yes. I see you have little trolls that might try to get into your toy room, so we need special
security.
Guys, I know I have a ring light on because I want to illuminate the toys, but when we specifically go down these cabinets and show you, we'll open the cabinets to make the feedback of the light not so much. So real quick, I'm gonna peek over here. It just goes all the way around. And don't worry, everyone that's hitting the unsubscribe button, I'm gonna go through this a little bit slower, but it's a labyrinth, it's a maze. There's some collectors that have never made it out of here after they entered, and they become part of Jared's collection. Is that true, Jared?
That is true.
That is true.
I throw some random fish heads in a bucket in here once in a while.
Look at the shrunken heads. They look realistic. All right, so let's start with the designer toys. So this video is going to be broken up into two sections. One with the vintage toys and then one with the designer toys. So part one, these are beautiful works of art, and we're gonna get kind of a, I don't know, how about you explain what are designer toys?
Yeah, I can give you hopefully a quick breakdown. I am a little bit long-winded, but
that's okay.
I'll do my best. So designer toys or art toys or designer art toys are toys that are handmade or produced, but in very small quantities compared to what you'd see with a normal production run from a larger company. And a lot of them are original characters from the artists that produce them, or a lot of artists will also just do customs on existing platforms, and that can be large run items like Funko Pops, or it can be another designer toy artist platform. So there's a different variety of things you see here, but a lot of what you'll notice probably within my collection is like there are chunks of stuff that look the same because there are certain artists that I kind of have latched onto that I find kind of fit my style and aesthetic, whose art I really enjoy. And the cool thing about art toys is the artists themselves are very accessible. It really is a lot of back and forth conversation with them through Instagram or Facebook. And you really can, get to know about them, their art, and do a lot of like special requests. I've built a ton of friendships with them, even to the point where I'm actually hosting an event in November out at the designer toy convention, DesignerCon in Anaheim. So,
so I will put a link down below for Jared's Instagram profile, and this will probably be. This is 2022. So he's having an event. I'll still post it down below. I want you to follow it, even if you're watching this years later, because I'm sure there'll be more events. And plus, you need to follow this guy's Instagram. You get to see some really, really neat stuff. I don't do it justice. Get it, justice? By going really fast, but you'll get the gist of it.
Yeah, and I do my best, like, with Instagram to, you know, put that stuff out there, because that's how they get the exposure and sell their product and get their art out into the world. So.
All right, let's look at the next. Well, actually, I want to point out some of my favorites. And people watching at home, please put in the comments which ones you enjoyed the most. But a few ones that I really, really dig are these like soy. They almost look like the Taco Bell packets of hot sauce or something, or soy sauce at a Chinese restaurant. I really dig those. Plus, can I touch these, by the way?
Absolutely.
These snails coming out of like a bullet. So instead of the seashell snail shell, slugs. Thank you. Oh my gosh. I'm going to edit this part out later. They're slugs in a slug. Oh gosh, I feel like an idiot. That's okay. Some of the other really neat ones that I enjoyed down here are the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. I'm really a big fan of Translucents. I see some Battletoads down there as well. And I noticed that you have little placards. Can you tell me about those?
Yeah, so I just took it upon myself because, of course, I think it's every toy collector's dream at some point to have a museum.
Yep.
So kind of as an homage to that, because it's, let's be realistic, I'm never going to have an actual museum. I thought it'd be cool for those artists like that I've got at least a handful of pieces from to, you know, really put their name up there. And then that way when I take pictures of the collection and stuff like that, that's also going to be there to kind of shout them out and help promote their brand as well.
Oh, that's a great idea. So you definitely have the art of displaying toys. I love the risers, the lighting, the angles. All of this is an art, because anybody could just kind of put them, line them up, one-dimensional type things, but you have really an art form of displaying, so I commend you on that.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I went through many grueling years of working in retail to
so that's yes, so you know the value and presentation. Oh my gosh, it's almost like a Mad Ball.
Yeah, those are really cool. I love that artist.
I remember
the same artist actually did all the stuff on the bottom row when you get to it down there.
Oh, okay. These are better than Fabergé eggs.
Oh, dude, those are some of my favorites. I love some of the, like this case probably holds some of my favorites in it.
Which one? I hate when people ask me what my favorite figure is, because it's very difficult and it changes daily. But if you had to point to maybe 3 of your favorite figures, and you got to tell me within the next 10 seconds, which ones would they be?
You know, I'm probably going to say, because like you can see down here, the Bone Ghosts. I love these. He's done them in many different color styles. Some are resin. Most of the bigger ones are vinyls. That's Deadbird Toys. And then probably, honestly, some of my other favorites are going to be the one that you saw in the first case, the Tooth. His name is Roddy Rigo. He's a character done by Ghost Fox Toys, husband and wife team out of, I think it's El Paso or close to El Paso, Texas.
Okay.
And then it's really a toss-up between these two dudes on the top shelves here. This one, which is Motley Miss Creations, like his double cast work, like I'm obsessed with double cast stuff.
Can you explain what double cast is?
So you can see, like on this piece as an example, there's an inner skeleton that's cast out of resin. And then sometimes they might be painted or not painted, but then they get cast inside of another larger piece of resin. So Motley Miss Creations, and then Fifth Turtle, who's an artist out of Maryland, does some amazing double cast work as well, and some of his stuff is just really beautiful.
Yes. Gosh, my eyes just keep dancing around to everything. It's hard to process it all.
And then some of this stuff, in this case, is a little bit more mix and mash, like kind of some of the pieces that I've got fewer of, but kind of fit together. Same with this artist, more double cast stuff. Like the one in the back there is a Puss in Boots. I think a Puss in Boots toy from McDonald's. That they did like a skeleton and then a resin cast around it.
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, yes. The Muscle Man, the Claw, and they made a cool Jason and Freddy version. I think it was sold as a 2-pack, potentially. I saw it as a Comic-Con anyway, and it was in a 2-pack. Wow. For people that are just tuning in going, I have no idea about these, what do the values range at? Because I know they're custom, they're not mass produced, and it probably takes a lot of... So what's the low, high end that people can expect if they jump into this?
Yeah, so it depends on the artist, and obviously the size is going to come into play. So typically with like resin pieces are more expensive because there's more material that plays into the cost, whereas a vinyl figure of the same size will be much cheaper because they're more mass produced and less expensive per piece. But like as an example, for something this tiny, you know, you'd do like maybe $10 on something like that.
Okay.
But what you're paying for is not just the figure, you're paying for the mold, the resin, how many failed attempts they may have had. There may be things like glow powder, glitter powder, that kind of stuff mixed in with it. And then when you get up to like really big pieces, like, you know, something like this skull right here, this is like, there's differences that come into play. This is all hand polished. There is no clear coat on that whatsoever. Wow. So the amount of time spent sanding comes into play as well, but something like that's probably closer to the $100 range. So you got, you know, and you'll have cool things they'll do with it. Like this one.
Oh wow!
You can use it like
little magnets and put
it's not for illegal drugs. I assure you that. It's for pennies and butterscotch candies.
That's right. That's right. Oh, that's funny. I love it. Hey, and we're in Michigan. It's not illegal anymore.
Right.
And I can see that some of the designers use 3D printing as a method. That's cool.
Yep, so you get a lot of that, and probably more so, like, so you don't see as many, like, making them in 3D printing like that, but that kind, you see a lot of 3D resin prints, like liquid resin, so it comes out smoother. You'll also see a lot of people prototype in 3D printing to, you know, try to see how their sculpt comes out and then refine it from there.
Yep. Oh my gosh, there's more! Oh, yeah.
So I would share this one. We're not going to be able to open because it opens from the side.
That's fine.
What do you can definitely get to the other one.
Oh, it opens from the side, right?
Yeah, it's got this weird, which was very challenging, opening from this side to try to get all this stuff in there. I can
imagine.
Without knocking it over with my giant arm.
As long as I angle it right, we'll be fine. Another My Pet Monster fan here. Yeah.
Yes. Some of my favorites.
Love it. What's the
fun fact, the thing at the top here is called an Octopup, and that's actually made by, I believe it's the brother of Mark Hamill. Nathan Hamill.
Oh, I'll be darned.
Yeah, really weird coincidence.
Jeez. Very unique. How would you like to be the brother of Mark Hamill? Jeez.
It'd be very strange.
It would be. Very much would be. Wow. Little toe frogs.
Yeah, another one of my favorites, leftover toys with all the rib butts. I don't know if you can tell, but they have giant butts on them.
Oh, they do. Yeah, I don't think I can fit back there. Nice. Oh, wow. I dig it.
Yeah, fun stuff. And this one should...
Ooh, a lot of translucent goodness, huh?
This, and I lied, this actually has some of my favorites in it, too. So it's so hard to...
I know. Every time people do that to me, I'm like, oh, no, that's my favorite. No, that's my favorite.
Yep, and that's one, the upper left one is a artist called Sorbet Jungle, who's actually not too far away. I think she's in Ohio, but I saw her design for the Crocanana. Which is like the basic one in the middle there, the yellow one. You know, a crocodile and banana
mixed together.
That's so cool. And I could never find the toys for the longest time. And of course, when I found the toys, you can see what happened.
Oh my goodness. Can I grab one? Can I feel what it feels like or touch it? Or
yep.
Be super careful.
Yep, just be careful with, like, that one's fine. That's vinyl. Okay. So that's, you know, too delicate.
Oh my gosh, look how there's like candy and beads or something inside there.
Shaker toys, I believe is what they call them.
Oh, look at this.
They're also fun to play with. Not that I play with them a lot, but you know, sometimes once in a while, you never know.
Yep. I'll get a call at 3 a.m. edit that part out.
No, you should play with toys even if you claim not to. That's what they're made for.
I love
Like
setting up.
Who doesn't want to pick up a dumpster fire with candy corn?
Yes,
and
I need this. I need this. I think those are pops, aren't they? Can you buy those pops? Dumpster fire. I had a
dumpster fire is actually its own. The designer toy artist is their name is 100 Soft, and it's their line, like it's their character. So they look kind of like pops, but they originally started out as resin toys and then made their way to vinyl.
I really enjoy that. So what does the future, I mean, you have multiple cases filled with these. What is the future of collecting them? Someday will this overtake your entire room with more cabinets?
It will, as long as IKEA gets their act together and stocks more cabinets.
Right.
You can see I had to switch from, originally I had white cases, I had to switch to one of the black ones because that's all they had, and then I had to start picking up Facebook Marketplace curio cabinets.
Yep.
Just to make do because they've been so low stocked over the last couple of years. But yeah, eventually I'd like to kind of have, probably a smaller room with stuff built, and it might even, get to the point where I have like custom shelves built along the walls or whatever to maybe fit some more stuff in, fit it in better.
Yep.
But for the time being, like most toy collectors, I will cram it where I can fit it. So. And probably then some.
Yes. Yes. Oh, I love it.
And that gentleman is, I believe, a Mexican toy artist. So most of that all came in one. I think all of that actually came in all in one shipment, except for the porcelain one. The one in the middle is porcelain, so that was by itself. So that's what he started as porcelain. He did the porcelain one, and then he went into producing some resin ones.
Oh my goodness, it's like Fruity Pebbles in there.
It is. It's I forget, that one's Bedrock Boo, and then the one next to it is Boo Berry. Wow. Because it's the actual Boo Berries.
How many years have you been collecting these?
The designer toy stuff? Probably since about when the pandemic started, because...
so only a couple of years.
Yeah, so that's, yes, I have a disease and I'm not too ashamed to admit it. But yeah, mostly as a result of, like, I was a big Funko guy, and Funko had like many people did, a distribution problem when the pandemic hit.
Yep.
So no materials, and then anything they did have was getting backed up at the ports like everybody else. So the cool thing about designer toys is they have all their materials, or mostly had their materials at the time that they could gain access to really easy, and they were like, hey, we've got toys, like, check this stuff out. And I was like, cool. I don't remember, like, somebody tagged me in a post or what it was, but as soon as I saw one, I was like, that was the end of it. Yep, that was the end of it. It was a wrap.
They gotcha. Oh my gosh. Oh, and we got some up here.
Oh yeah, that's,
I didn't even look at.
We got Abominable Toys, which I think they started out as a vinyl toy company, but went through the same motions, like designed and came up with a character, and then kind of slowly released different colorways. And then Kong Vinyl, yes, is the other company. But yeah, the Chomps are just too adorable. I had to eventually succumb. They, like with most toy lines, Funko did the same thing to me when, I was like, I'm not going to collect that.
Yep.
And as soon as they made, like Funko did some Ghostbusters pops, and I was like, dang it.
They got me.
Dang it.
They got me.
Yeah, they got me. And Kong was the same way, or Chomp, excuse me, was the same way. Like, as soon as they did a glow-in-the-dark one, I was like, you bastard.
Yep. All right, guys, make sure to hit that like and subscribe. Please check out Jared's Instagram. It's down below. Click a follow, because you are not going to want to miss his posts. Are beautiful. Mine are like crappy, not articulate. This guy has beautiful lighting. Shows almost any time you get a new one of these in the mail, you show off some of your new designer toys. But part 2 of this video is going to be the rundown of the entire toy collection. So make sure to hit that subscribe button and to get notifications, because then you'll find out when I post it. All right. Any more parting words of wisdom?
No, I just say if you do follow, please do, because that's how I got the exposure to the designer toys. You might find some cool stuff you like, and that's the best way for a designer toy artist to get their work seen, is to share it or have other people share it. And that's why I post as much as I do there. Not just because I want to say, hey, look at the cool stuff I have, but I want to say, hey, these people are doing great things and really connecting to the world in a unique way. So I appreciate any exposure you can give them.
Absolutely, because we need to find more victims to become toy buyers like us.
I need other people to trade with.
Yeah, that's right. All right, guys. Take care. Bye.